This is for entertainment purposes only. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. So kuna hii game fulani inaitwa ROBLOX. Ni ya kuchezwa na watoi. Nataka watch video up to the end. You will learn something. If you have a child mwenye anachezaga ROBLOX nini, as a parent, I want you to listen to this video.
Parents, come closer. Uncles and aunties, step forward. Elder siblings, come here. Why don't you know what your kid is downloading in their phones? I made a video previously talking about the evils of ROBLOX. Some of you were saying, no, it's just a game. Why are you ignorant? Why are you ignorant? How are you going to shape your child's future when you don't even know what they're watching? What are they learning from ROBLOX? Have you seen what is happening in there? First of all, these games are created by adults. Do you know what these adults' intentions are? Obviously, it's gaming. But if adults are going to create demonic or violent games, your kids cannot be consuming such a content. Yes, it's okay to create a game, but what kind of game do you want your kid to consume? What are you teaching your kids? I saw this other game. I don't know, it's called Pig what. Those pigs, they're very violent. I've seen them holding big machetes, unaliving each other, chasing each other, killing, stabbing. What are we teaching our kids? What result are you expecting from a kid who watches that? That's why kids at school don't listen to teachers. That's why they don't want to relate with anything, because all they know is violence, abuse. When you give a child a paper to draw a dead person, guys, we need to be intentional about what our kids watch. You bought that expensive phone, you bought that phone. You need to take accountability of what you are allowing your kids to buy. I am saying today, go home, or if you are home, take your kids' phone and check which apps they have. There are so many educational apps that your kids should be downloading. Secondly, these kids, they entertain strangers. They entertain kids who they don't know, their names, their backgrounds. How do you not want to control who your kids associate with? Thirdly, these kids entertain elders who impose themselves as kids. That's why your banking details are exposed. Why? Because this impersonator will say to the kid, go get your mother's bank card. What's the the card number? What's the expiry date? What's the CVV? Do you know kids do that? No, you don't. Why are you exposing your kids to such evils? That's what I'm saying. Allow a kid to have ROBLOX on their phone. Watch your life go into mess. Watch your relationship scatter. Watch your health scatter. Because these kids are in covenant with demons that you, as a parent, have said yes to. As a parent, you need to be wary of what your kid is watching in the phone. Looking at what is happening right now in the world or economy or whatever, it's tough. You need to be training your kids to watch things that will build them. You need to be careful of what kids watch, and whether this app or the games they play, they will contribute to their development or their pass rate at school or whatsoever. We cannot be ignorant and be watching TikTok, be watching movies, Netflix, soapies, or cuddling with our partners. Guys, please, I'm going to make this video for the last, in fact, it's not even for the last time. I'm going to continue making this video until you get home, or until you take your kid's phone and tell me what you saw in that phone.
Do you have a child playing ROBLOX? Because if you do, this post you want to stay around. I wake up in the morning and I find in my 7-year-old chat room, I literally have the app on my phone. I follow up and this missed me. In the private chats, there is a full-blown chat with someone my child doesn't know. Chatting with this person who could be 30, 40. Someone who's, as we are still on Musa, we need to start looking at ROBLOX, because this is where these people will go. Now let's begin. what is really happening in Roblox. This is not just a game made for kids anymore. This is a chat room. This is a place where they are creating content. This is a place where this is a whole social network with adults who are playing it, pretending they're children. Stay with me. These predators are posing as children, coming into the private chats of your child while you are busy chilling, thinking your kid is safe playing a kid game. They're not. Okay? The thing you need to remember about children don't know they're being manipulated. They don't have the cognitive tools to be able to understand I'm being manipulated. They just go with the flow. Is why my 7-year-old child was even replying to this psychotic person's, messages on the private chat. These filters placed on Roblox, they are not catching these people. There are games such as mom, dad, bedroom, boyfriend games. There are things of marriage going on where you and a stranger play that you're married and you end up having children. This is how they are grooming children. Okay? You find things like voice chats in this app. Not only private room chats, there is voice chats. And voice chats are dangerous. Why? You cannot easily detect. You cannot easily follow through. Like a private chat, I caught that on time. But there are voice chats where these kids are easily getting groomed from. Worst part is, I'm sure every parent who's dealing with a child who's playing Roblox has noticed that your child gets irritable whenever you take the phone. They have changed. They no longer want to play. They don't watch cartoons. I don't know the last time my son watched Netflix. It's just Roblox, 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 Roblox. Why, as parents, as we call out Musa, as we call out, all these people who have been probably grooming children, we need to talk about this app. Your child is playing all day. You tell the child stop. They refuse. They get irritable. They have mood swings at 6. 6-year-old children have mood swings. How? How? Listen, there are two choices. You can decide to close this app. And no one is going to say you're overreacting. But you need to do it the right way. Explain to the child calmly what's wrong with the app. Why you're protecting them. Because you love them. Do it gently because this app has already groomed them to a point where you will look like the enemy. If you decide not to close this app, I'll give you a few tips that I'm doing and I know are going to work. Okay? If you decide to keep this chat, put the correct birth date on that app. Alright? So that people know this is a child. Put the correct birth date. Disable private chats. Disable it. You can easily do it. In fact, if you're somewhere and you can get hold of that phone, start disabling that chat now. Turn off private messaging. That's where they're getting groomed. All right? And then restrict people from, there's a way you can create restrictions on the app that they cannot agree to private invitations by people they do not know. Go through your child's, all the friends your child has in the app. Go through all the friends. Make sure you know all of them. If you don't know who that, God knows who what demon, because people there are called Demon 77. If you don't know who that is, you delete and block that person. Okay? And the worst part is, the way they'll react when you tell them this, you need to be able to have proper manage your child's emotions by showing them love at this time. Shouting, you're creating a rebellious kid, and we should know that because as millennials we kept being told, hey, don't do this. We kept doing those things we are told not to do. You have to play politics here. Show them you love them and you're trying to protect them. Turn spending off because people are meant to spend on that app. Turn that spending off, and the best part, put the app on your phone. I have it on mine. Put the app on your phone. Create a pin, and that pin is only for you. And if they have to change anything in the game, make sure that you have to approve it. You know how we do it on YouTube. This thing has been there forever. You know how we do it on YouTube. Stop allowing your children to play this game for all day long. Stop allowing them to play this game all day long. All day long, they're playing the same game. Give them time limits. 2 minutes is enough. I mean, not 2 minutes, 2 hours, sorry. 2 hours is enough a day. And that's it. Okay? And then the best part, if you notice secrecy, if you notice your child is more aggressive, you notice they're moody, they're irritable, they're addicted to the app, like when you take the phone from them, they're literally going bonkers, then this is the time to uninstall. Remove that app. Let them watch cartoon. Let them go ride their bikes outside. But this Roblox app, we need to have a discussion. It needs to be regulated. And if before it is even regulated, because this is an international company, before that is done, you need to take steps as a parent. Educate yourself in this app and learn what it's about and learn what it's doing to your kids. Roblox is a grooming site. They are grooming kids from there. It started as a children's app, but it is not a children's app anymore. When your kid tells you they're playing Roblox, be wary. You have to be in control of everything. Okay?